Now, you'll know that Kolisi will hold his first captain's news briefing ahead of the first test against England tomorrow. He's the first black Springbok test captain and could be leading out a starting team that has a record 7 African or black African players in the starting lineup. eNCA reporter Shahied Joseph is covering that story for us. I think, Shahied, that conference or that briefing started around 2 o'clock this afternoon. But whichever way we look at it, this really is a watershed day. It's a historic day in South African sport, isn't it?
Indeed, it is the first black captain for a test match, and 7 players named in the starting 15. We're all excited about it. It's exciting young players, and we'll just have to, we all can't wait for tomorrow to see what these boys can deliver.
In terms of the team that he's going to be leading out tomorrow, Shahied, is this the best team, the best squad that could have been chosen?
Well, Rassie Erasmus called up 40 players to his training camps for the past 2 weeks, so he couldn't have gone wrong with his starting 15 or even the match day 23. So it's the best of the best. Apiwe Diante from the Lions is an exciting winger. Then we have Lucanio Am from the Sharks, a very forceful centre. And then Vali Leroux makes his return to fullback as well. So we're all looking forward to seeing the debutants as well as the experienced players performing for the Springboks at Ellis Park tomorrow.
And Shahied, are there any players missing? Anyone that we are going to regret not being part of the team tomorrow?
Well, there's 2 players that stand out for me that's not part of the squad. That's Frans Steyn and Bismarck du Plessis. The 2 of them were part of the 2007 Rugby World Cup winning team, and they've got vast experience. I think the 2 of them together have over 100 caps. But depending on whether the Springboks win or lose, reports will either say nothing about them when the Springboks win, or much will be said about losing out on these 2 talented players if the Springboks don't get that win against England.
That's one side, Shahied, and this is a final question to you. That's one side of the equation. The other side, of course, is all South African sports fans will be focusing on the transformative nature of this team. This is a big deal.
Yes, it is. I mean, we all know about the history of our country, the history of sports, and we saw in 1995 how winning the World Cup in 95 brought the nation together, basically. But over the years, there's been lots of talk of quota players, of transformation. Has it really happened? Is it happening? Well, Rassie Erasmus, he's proving his critics wrong. And I mean, naming 7 black players in the starting 15, that's a huge stepping stone for SA Rugby and for the nation as well.
All right, Shahied Joseph, thank you very much indeed. I think that conference you mentioned starts at around 2 o'clock this afternoon, and I know that we have plans to take that live.